right, welcome back, guys. We're about to dive into a really crucial exercise. This one is all about taking those big, abstract feelings and turning them into powerful, concrete song lyrics. So this is where some real magic is going to happen for you in writing your song. We're asking the same big question, and this exercise is what's going to help you the most in answering it. As I know you're aware by now, this is the challenge every single songwriter faces. You're feeling totally overwhelmed, or you're hopeful, or completely heartbroken, but how do you get someone listening to your song to really feel that right alongside you? Because, just saying, I'm sad, that's just not going to cut it. So to crack this, we're going to make a pretty important shift in how we're thinking. Up to this point, we've spent a lot of time looking inward, right? Well, now we're going to start looking outward. Okay, so think of it like this. Looking inward, that gives us all those powerful body sensations, the racing heartbeat, the tense muscles, that hollow feeling in your stomach. That's all super important stuff. But looking outward, that's how we connect that internal feeling to the real physical world. It's how we use what you can see, hear, smell, touch, and taste to pull the listener right into your story. And this right here, this will get at the golden rule of all creative writing. I've said it several times before, but I will keep saying it. Show, don't tell. When you use sensory language, you're not just telling your audience that you're sad. You're making them feel the cold rain on their skin that shows that sadness. You are literally pulling them into the world of your song. So to do this, we're going to need the right tools for the job. I've given you some already, but this is the big one. Let's get really clear on the 5 external senses we'll be using to build these amazing lyrical images, okay? Yep, these are our simple but biggest building blocks. Sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. When you intentionally use every single one of these, you can create a world that's so vivid, so real, your listener has no choice but to step right inside. And here's what's so cool about this. This isn't just an incredible songwriting tool. It's actually a proven wellness practice. It's called a grounding technique. When your mind is just racing and you feel anxious, focusing on these 5 senses pulls you out of your head and plants you right back in the present moment. So this exercise, it's good for your art for sure, but it's also really good for your mind. Okay, so that's the theory. Let's make this crystal clear. Let's walk through an example together. We're going to take a big abstract idea, like your internal emotional storm that we've talked about before, and we're going to describe it using only our 5 external senses. Okay, first up, sight. So instead of just saying, I feel like something bad is about to happen, we paint a picture. We describe what we see. The bruised, heavy clouds gathering on the horizon. You can almost see those dark purple and gray colors, can't you? It's so ominous, and it's totally physical. Next up, sound. And listen, we don't just hear the thunder, we feel it. A low rumble of thunder that vibrates through the floor. See how that description goes beyond just your ears? It becomes this full body experience for anyone listening. And then there's smell, which is one of the most powerful links to our memories. I found out recently that smell is the biggest trigger when it comes to people who have PTSD. So think about this one. The sharp, metallic scent of rain hitting hot asphalt. I bet you can smell that right now, can't you? That one little detail can just instantly transport you to a specific time and place. Alright, let's talk touch. This is what makes the experience feel so immediate and so personal. The sudden cold prickle of wind on the back of your neck. That's an involuntary reaction, right? It's a shiver. And the listener feels that little jolt of physical alert right there with you. And last but not least is taste. Now, this one is often the most subtle and honestly the most challenging sense to write for. But check this out. The faint electric taste of static in the air. It's so specific, so weird, it makes the whole scene completely unforgettable. And just like that, with those 5 senses, we've created a totally immersive moment. Alright, so now you've seen how it works, and it's your turn. Time to put this into practice and create your very own sensory snapshot. This is where you take this whole technique and apply it directly to your emotions. First, I want you to look back at that list of images you came up with, the ones that represent your core emotion, and this time, just choose one. That's it, just one. Second, your mission is to describe that image using only sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. And finally, go ahead and pause the video, set a timer for a few minutes, say 3 to 5, and really let yourself dive in. You ready? Go for it. Hey, welcome back. So take a look at what you wrote. How did that feel? I'm going to guess that you probably uncovered some details, maybe even some feelings that you didn't realize were there. And you know what? That is the entire point. When you stop trying to explain a feeling and just start describing a sensory experience, that's where your lyrics really come alive. Awesome work today, you guys. Keep practicing this, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.